Microphone full lecture. The History of Riza Pahlavi and Modern Iran. Introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, today we will explore the life and historical significance of Riza Pahlavi, the former crown prince of Iran, and understand the broader political and social transformations of Iran in the 20th and 21st centuries. To understand Riza Pahlavi, we must first understand Iran itself, a country with a rich civilization, a strategic geopolitical position, and a turbulent modern history shaped by monarchy, revolution, and ideological conflict. Part 1. The origins of the Pahlavi dynasty. The story begins with Riza Pahlavi's grandfather, Riza Shah Pahlavi. In 1925, Riza Shah established the Pahlavi dynasty after overthrowing the Qajar dynasty. His rule was marked by strong centralization, modernization efforts, and attempts to secularize Iran. He built infrastructure, modern schools, and tried to reduce foreign influence. However, his authoritarian style and alignment during World War II led to his forced abdication in 1941. Part 2. The rule of Mohammad Reza Shah. After Reza Shah, his son Mohammad Reza Pahlavi became the Shah of Iran. His reign lasted from 1941 to 1979 and was one of the most significant periods in Iran's modern history. Key developments: Westernization and modernization, strong alliance with the United States, economic growth fueled by oil revenues. However, his rule was also criticized for political repression, lack of democratic freedom, the use of secret police. Savak. Part 3. The 1953 coup. One crucial event was the 1953 Iranian coup d'état. Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh had nationalized Iran's oil industry, which angered Britain and the United States. In response, a coup was orchestrated, removing Mossadegh and strengthening the Shah's power. This event created long-lasting distrust among Iranians toward Western powers. Part 4. Birth and early life of Riza Pahlavi. Riza Pahlavi was born on October 31, 1960. As the eldest son of the Shah, he was declared crown prince at a young age. He was educated both in Iran and abroad, including military training in the United States. From an early age, he was prepared to become the future king of Iran. Part 5. The Iranian Revolution of 1979. The most defining moment came with the Iranian Revolution. Due to widespread dissatisfaction with the Shah's rule, protests erupted across Iran. These protests included religious groups led by Ruhollah Khomeini, secular intellectuals, students, and workers. In 1979, the Shah left Iran, and the monarchy collapsed. Iran became an Islamic republic under Ayatollah Khomeini. Part 6. Exile and transformation. After the revolution, Riza Pahlavi and his family went into exile. They moved across several countries before eventually settling in the United States. At just 17 years old, Riza Pahlavi lost his position as crown prince and his homeland. This exile shaped his political thinking and future role. Part 7. Life in exile. Unlike many former royal figures, Riza Pahlavi did not disappear from public life. Instead, he redefined himself as a political activist advocating for democracy in Iran, human rights, secular governance. He has repeatedly stated that he does not insist on restoring monarchy, but supports whatever system the Iranian people choose through a democratic process. Part 8. Political vision. Riza Pahlavi's political vision includes separation of religion and state, free elections, freedom of speech, gender equality. He has criticized the current Iranian government and called for peaceful change. Part 9. Role in modern Iranian politics. Although he does not hold formal power, Riza Pahlavi remains a symbolic figure among Iranians. Some support him as a future leader, others oppose monarchy entirely. Many see him as one of several opposition voices. His influence is mainly among diaspora communities and opposition groups. Part 10. Criticism and challenges. Reza Pahlavi faces several criticisms. Association with the Shah's authoritarian regime, limited direct influence inside Iran, divisions among opposition groups. Despite this, he continues to remain active. Part 11. Recent activities. In recent years, Reza Pahlavi has spoken about protests in Iran, called for international support for Iranian people, engaged with global media. He positions himself as a unifying figure for a democratic Iran. Conclusion. Reza Pahlavi's life represents a bridge between two eras of Iran: the monarchy of the 20th century, the struggle for democracy in the 21st century. His story is not just about a prince without a throne, but about identity, exile, and political transformation. Whether he will play a future role in Iran remains uncertain, but his name continues to carry historical and political significance. In the 21st century, one nation has risen faster than any other: China. From ancient dynasties to a modern superpower, China's journey is one of transformation, ambition, and global influence. But how did China become what it is today, and what does its future mean for the world? China is one of the world's oldest civilizations, with a history spanning over 0 years. From the Shang and Zhou dynasties to the powerful Han Empire, China developed advanced systems of governance, philosophy, and culture. Philosophers like Confucius shaped Chinese society with values of discipline, respect, and harmony. The Great Wall, built to protect against invasions, stands as a symbol of strength and determination. For centuries, China remained one of the most powerful empires in the world. However, by the 19th century, internal conflicts and foreign invasions weakened the Qing dynasty. The Opium Wars and unequal treaties exposed China to Western powers, leading to a period known as the Century of Humiliation. In 1949, a new chapter began. Under the leadership of Mao Zedong, China became a communist state. Major campaigns like the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution aimed to transform society, but came at a great cost. Millions suffered during this period of radical change. Everything changed in 1978. Deng Xiaoping introduced economic reforms that opened China to the world. Factories expanded, cities grew, and millions were lifted out of poverty. China became the world's factory, producing goods for global markets. Today, cities like Shanghai and Shenzhen represent the country's rapid modernization. China is now the second largest economy in the world. Through projects like the Belt and Road Initiative, it is expanding its influence across Asia, Africa, and Europe. Its advancements in technology, artificial intelligence, and military power are shaping global politics. However, challenges remain, including human rights concerns, economic pressures, and international tensions. Welcome to my channel. Subscribe. Title: Why the United States Continues to Support Israel. Opening scene: soft, serious background music. Visuals of global headlines, protests, political meetings, and Middle Eastern landscapes. Narrator: calm, clear voice. Despite growing criticism and global debate, the United States continues to stand firmly with Israel. But why? What are the real reasons behind this long-standing alliance? Scene 1. Strategic importance, visuals of maps highlighting the Middle East. The Middle East is one of the most strategically important regions in the world. Israel serves as a key ally for the United States in this region. Through this partnership, the U.S. maintains influence and presence in an area filled with political tensions and competing powers. Scene 2. Military cooperation, clips of military training, defense systems, and joint exercises. The relationship between the United States and Israel is deeply rooted in military cooperation. The U.S. provides advanced weapons, funding, and intelligence support. In return, Israel offers a strong, reliable base and valuable intelligence in a highly sensitive region. Scene 3. Political influence footage of U.S. Congress, lobbying activities, and public speeches. Inside the United States, powerful lobbying groups advocate strongly for Israel. These groups influence political decisions and ensure continued support from American leadership. Scene 4. Shared values, images of elections, democratic institutions, and public life. The United States often describes Israel as a democratic partner in the Middle East. This shared identity strengthens their bond and is frequently used to justify continued support. Scene 5. Religious and cultural factors, visuals of churches, religious gatherings, and symbolic imagery. For some groups in the United States, especially evangelical Christians, support for Israel is also tied to religious beliefs. This adds another layer to the relationship beyond politics and strategy. Scene 6. Global power dynamics clips showing global leaders, China, Russia, and international meetings. In the broader context of global politics, the U.S. sees Israel as essential to maintaining its influence. Stepping away could open the door for other global powers like China or Russia to expand their presence in the region. Closing scene montage of all previous scenes fading together. Narrator: the alliance between the United States and Israel is complex, shaped by strategy, politics, history, and belief. While the world debates its consequences, one thing remains clear: this partnership is deeply rooted and not easily broken. End screen text fades in. Understanding global alliances helps us understand the world. Welcome to my channel. Subscribe. Israel, land of conflict and identity, full continuous script. This is a land unlike any other, sacred to billions and contested by millions. A place where history, faith, and politics collide every single day. This is Israel, a nation born from hope and shaped by decades of conflict. For thousands of years, this land has been at the center of human civilization. Empires have risen and fallen here, leaving behind traces of culture, religion, and power. It is considered holy by Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike, making it one of the most spiritually significant regions in the world. But with such significance comes deep-rooted tension, as different groups have long claimed this land as their own. In the late 19th century, a political movement emerged in Europe known as Zionism. It was driven by the desire to establish a national homeland for the Jewish people, many of whom had faced persecution for centuries. One of the key figures behind this movement was Theodor Herzl, who believed that a Jewish state was essential for survival and dignity. At that time, the region known as Palestine was under the control of the British Empire following the First World War. In 1917, the British government issued the Balfour Declaration, expressing support for the establishment of a Jewish homeland in Palestine. However, This promise would soon lead to growing tensions between Jewish immigrants and the Arab population already living there. As Jewish migration increased, so did unrest. Clashes between communities became more frequent, and the region grew increasingly unstable. The situation reached a turning point in 1948, when the State of Israel was officially declared. Led by David Ben-Gurion, the declaration marked the beginning of a new chapter for the Jewish people. For many, it was the realization of a long-awaited dream, but for the Palestinian population, this moment marked the beginning of a tragedy known as Nakba, meaning catastrophe. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were displaced from their homes, creating a refugee crisis that continues to affect generations. Almost immediately after its creation, Israel found itself at war with neighboring Arab states in the Arab-Israeli War, 1948. This conflict set the stage for decades of hostility and repeated wars in the region. In 1967, another major conflict erupted known as the Six-Day War. In just 6 days, Israel captured significant territories, including the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. These territories would later become central to the ongoing conflict, as questions of occupation, sovereignty, and rights remained unresolved. Over the years, resistance movements began to emerge among Palestinians, leading to uprisings such as the First Intifada. These movements highlighted the frustrations of a people living under difficult conditions, seeking independence and recognition. Despite the violence, there have been moments of hope. In 1993, the Oslo Accords were signed between Israeli and Palestinian leaders, including Yitzhak Rabin and Yasser Arafat. The agreement aimed to create a path toward peace and a two-state solution. For a brief moment, it seemed that reconciliation might be possible. However, peace proved fragile. Violence continued, trust broke down, and negotiations stalled. In modern times, the conflict remains one of the most complex and sensitive issues in global politics. Periodic escalations between Israel and groups, such as Hamas in Gaza, have resulted in loss of life, destruction, and deepening resentment on both sides. Today, Israel stands as a technologically advanced and economically strong nation, yet it remains surrounded by political challenges and ongoing conflict. Meanwhile, Palestinians continue to seek statehood, justice, and recognition on the world stage. This is not just a conflict over land. It is a conflict of identity, history, and human rights. It is a story of pain and resilience, fear and hope, loss and survival. Donald Trump, the former President of the United States, has been a very controversial figure in the Muslim world. Many Muslims believe that his policies and statements were harmful to Muslims and Islam. One of the most famous actions taken by Donald Trump was the Muslim ban. In 2017, he signed an executive order that restricted people from several Muslim-majority countries from entering the United States. Countries like Iran, Libya, Somalia, Syria, and Yemen were included in this ban. Many people around the world criticized this decision and called it discrimination against Muslims. Trump also made several strong statements about Islam during his political campaign. In one speech, he called for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States. These words created fear and anger among Muslim communities. Another reason many Muslims criticize Donald Trump is because of his foreign policies. During his presidency, conflicts and military actions in Muslim countries like Syria, Afghanistan, and Iraq continued. Many people believe these actions caused suffering and instability in those regions. Supporters of Trump, however, argue that his policies were about national security and not about religion. They say he was trying to protect the United States from terrorism, Because of these different views, Donald Trump remains a very controversial leader in the Muslim world. For many Muslims, his words and policies made them feel targeted and unwelcome. Others believe the issue is more complex and connected to global security politics. In conclusion, the debate about Donald Trump and Muslims continues. Some see him as someone who harmed Muslims, while others see him as a leader focused on security. What is clear is that his presidency had a strong impact on Muslim communities around the world.